news that's short, sharp and shrewd.
Are you talking about the podcast or me?
Both.
Backhanded compliment.
This is Up Late with Ben Harvey. Scott Morrison's back in Boomtown.
He's here to do what Scott Morrison does best. Suck up to all things West Australian, specifically WA's economy.
The Western Australian economy is crucial to Australia's national economic success.
WA's resources sector.
And central to WA's economic success is the resources industry.
And WA's Premier.
And I know this because Premier McGowan told me so. And we were working together to try and address this. I worked together with Premier McGowan. So there's a big difference between a McGowan Labor government and what would be an Albanese Labor government. They're not the same thing.
And after sucking up, he defaulted to scaring the crap out of us about what Anthony Albanese will do to WA's economy and resources sector if he's elected.
If it's a Labor government supported by the Greens, that's bad news for the resources sector because the Greens want to shut the mining industry down.
Apparently, if Labor's in power, the Pilbara will go from this to this. Which is total and utter crap, but there's no law against politicians, or BMX bandits for that matter, talking total and utter crap.
Well, the PM was certainly reminding us about how he was supporting the resources sector.
And then some.
Our policy for the resources sector I laid out in some detail this morning, and so I won't go through all of it again here.
He said 2 seconds before going through all of it again.
$400 million as part of the Critical Minerals Accelerate. $4 million for Global Advanced Metals, $3.9 million. There's $50 million, $70 million, $300 million. There's $1.5 billion.
Meanwhile, in Midland, Deputy Labor leader Richard Marles was announcing a $3.2 million training centre to teach people about wind turbines.
Cool.
Election campaigns are always packed with a lot of wanky-sounding initiatives.
For the resources, technology, for critical minerals, trailblazer, modern manufacturing initiative. For the H2 Kwinana Clean Energy Hydrogen Industrial Hub, which is being led by BP.
Ah, there's that magic word.
Hydrogen, Clean Hydrogen Hub, Pilbara Hydrogen Hub.
Morrison says his government will fund 4 new hydrogen hubs in WA. I don't know what a hub is, but apparently they will create 3,600 jobs. Not 3,500, not 3,700, but 3,600.
How can he be so specific?
He can't. He has no real idea how many jobs are going to be created because nobody has worked out how to produce hydrogen at scale, as we keep saying. The technology hasn't been invented yet, so how the can you know how many jobs will be created from it?
Imagination!
Or how many will go to Australians versus French and Dutch engineers on 457s. The 17.2 million Australians enrolled to vote won't stop to ask that on the way to the ballot box on May 21 because they will just be thinking about the importance of a strong economy.
I've said all the way through this campaign that this election is about the future of our economy because a strong economy means a stronger future. Unless you can run a strong economy, then everything else is so much harder to achieve. To have a strong economy, you need to have a strong resources sector.
A strong economy is important so you can weather any unforeseen storms.
COVID happened. Space Jam 2 happened.
What was Albanese's game plan today?
Well, he spent the day rubbishing claims that he wanted to make Kevin Rudd his ambassador to the US. Albanese's been accused of plotting to install Rudd in the Plum gig. He says it's not true.
Just hopeless.
I've had no discussions about anyone being an ambassador to any place. It's complete nonsense, he said today. Bill Shorten then damned Rudd with faint praise, saying we could do worse than having him as our man in Washington. Shorten being the guy who iced Rudd in favour of Gillard back in 2010, before he knifed Gillard in favour of Rudd in 2013.
And the Labor Party is at stake here. Therefore, I shall be supporting Kevin Rudd tonight.
Well, ScoMo reckons it's not just miners who are scared of the ALP.
Old people also.
What I think is a despicable lie which is being told by the Labor Party. And they're seeking to do it in secret, writing to pensioners and scaring them that there'd be some suggestion that our government would be applying the debit card to pensioners.
I'm cold and there are wolves after me. Morrison ended his press conference by coming close to doing an elbow circa 2012 and channeling Michael Douglas in The American President.
America isn't easy.
Government's hard.
America is advanced citizenship.
Government is complex, but the armchair critic who wishes to become the Prime Minister of Australia is finding out how difficult it is when you put your hands on the wheel.
Coles wants our hands on its trolleys.
And we're going to need bigger trolleys. Coles wants to protect shoppers from rising prices by allowing people to buy in bulk, going head-to-head with Costco with a range of supersized products. Australians can now trade bill shock for heart attack shock by buying items such as 1 kilogram tubs of mayonnaise, 2 kilogram tubs of peanut butter and 1.3 kilo tins of Milo, which is wonderful news for the nation's obesity problem.
I wash myself with a rag on a stick.
Won't just be politicians that are full of crap. If you'd like to watch Up Late with me, Ben Harvey, search for The West Australian on YouTube.